Bowden official underscore at Instagram.com. Where he's at.
Please get my friend Vlad a boyfriend. Right, what's happening, Shaggers?
60%.
Turns out Italian players. Bubble deck profile of my true Draco list, which was prevented from Top Cut by FarfaYGO, Porco Dio. I only played the good Draco monsters. I didn't want to play names for the sake of playing names, so I only played 4 monsters. I'm really happy with this. Like, I think like going first, Maiden's able to like make your traps a lot better and stuff, but there's only 4 of them. Maiden sucks going second, and playing 1 Maiden sucks. To like justify Maiden, you really need to play 2, and I know that Maiden's a lot better now because you get this to your hand and this is a fucking win condition, and obviously 4 monsters is like really suboptimal. So to circumvent that, I played 2 Waterfall Dragon Souls. This card was actually just amazing. So like, it's a monster without being a monster that bricks you when you've got Demise, and it's not like a multiple of monsters like playing, say, Maiden would be. And another important thing about this is that it gets you out of being outed by your own Gozen match when you've got Dynamite up, and it also lets you dodge Anchor to resolve like a clutch Dynamite effect, which can just be huge. Thought about playing 3, but drawing them in multiples kind of sucks, and like the only advantage a monster has over this is that a monster like is a name that makes it easier to kill your opponent, obviously, but like this current lineup lets you kill your opponent still, and I thought that like the fact that top deck in this sucks is like such a niche scenario that it just it didn't merit its non-inclusion from the deck. And then the only hand traps I played were 3 infinite impermanents. So like, I wanted to play a deck that didn't care if it went first or second, and obviously because of the nature of the deck, like you can't play normal hand traps in the main. So this is the only hand trap that's really good going first and second in the deck of this nature. And yeah, just overperformed for me the whole event. Then spells. I didn't play Desires. My monster count is so low that Desires banishing even 1 monster means that I'm really going to struggle to actually be able to kill my opponent, even if I'm like preventing them from playing the game. And I felt that like you had to make a lot of like specific deck building decisions just in order to justify Desires, and I just felt that like a deck with an engine that pluses you so much like Desires doesn't merit its inclusion. So this is another like aspect of Desires that like enabled me to play like just a better deck. That like Disciples has no value if you draw them together, whereas this is. And I know it's like extra normal summons again, but again like given my lower monster count, which I think is better, like lowering my spells facilitated that, and this is obviously less powerful. With no Desires and 2 of them, I'm still able to do the loop, which lets me win the grind game all the time. And unless I'm getting like blind reigned, which is a game I should be winning everything because obviously they suck, I'm able to do the loop constantly. So I topped my nats with this list, except well, with this deck, but I changed the list slightly, and this was one of the changes. So I felt that like the worst possible hands you could open in this deck were with multiple diagram, and furthermore like going second into the Goki boards, you don't want to be seeing too much engine, because if you're going second into the Goki boards, if you see too much engine, you're not going to be able to activate your engine until turn 4.
Are you LP Morton?
So I'm the only other player I've played with Storm for. I wish I didn't play this. This card honestly just sucked. I don't want it out of the boards until the turn 4. That's it for spells.
Here, how'd you end up doing?
So this is obviously amazing. There's another benefit of not playing Desires, which is 100% correct. And this is just a win condition. It means you can't lose in time, and once you floodgate the Goki deck on your turn 2, they can't kill you, and you just start drawing your engine, being able to resolve it, and you just win from there. Don't play any less than these. So, I maxed out in these. This one's kind of dodgy because, like, obviously it kind of floodgates you out, but between Waterfall, your own diagram, the lack of Maiden, like, you're able to play around your own floodgate, and drawing any combination of these as well as these allows you to beat the full Goki setup going second. So I built this deck to beat Goki because Goki is the only other good deck, and if you draw any of these in addition to having seen the impermanence to one turn 1, you just win the game flat out, as well as these being amazing going first. I only wanted to play cards that were good going either first or second. These all fit the bill. I didn't like the fact like how this lined up against stage, but the Trickstar Sky Striker deck sucks anyway, so these really overperformed, and I'm really happy with them. Shoutouts to Vlad, shoutouts to my friends. My girlfriend got really raging that I didn't show this token in my last profile because it's got her in it. Shoutouts to Liv. What's happening? And then strictly no taxis to drop off point. Let's bounce out for the snout. Like, honestly, the Cherries targets mostly sucked because Goki's the only good deck. Pure isn't a deck, and you don't side these against T-Striker because you value impermanence higher. Pure is free, so I just honestly like shouldn't have bothered with these. Like, yeah, I'll get onto how much of a mistake this was later. This was the only good Cherries target. This would have been a good Cherries target if Spiral was in the deck. This would have been a good Cherries target in the bubble match that I lost, but I Cherries my opponent after he'd gone through 2 in the mid game to then discover the fact that he decided to value Underclock Taker and the Utopia package over the 3rd Electromite and a Firewall. Porco deal. This is in case you play against something weird like World Chalice or Mermail. FarfaYGO, best deck. I played against a stupid amount of Invoke because I was stuck in the X2 bracket really early, and this came clutch even though that matchup is free. Shoutouts to Calvin Tahan. Triple Buster, FTK, Hangers and FTK. This lets you steal games in time because, like, given the nature of the deck with Demise and a low monster count, it's sometimes really hard to steal games with a new end of time procedure. Hence, 2 of my losses being to it. This is the only way you can reliably push damage through goats. This is really important because it's the only way to negate Beals apart from skill drain, and this is also big enough to attack over Ultimate Falcon, which obviously never comes up, but like, it's not as if you're like lacking extra deck space. Then these never ever come up, but not lacking extra deck space. This was the worst card in my side deck all event. I was speaking to Jared Stone during the event, who was also playing Draco, and he was playing Erupt. And I think in retrospect I would have also played Erupt. I valued Cherries too highly. I think that instead of trying to like prevent Goki from doing something silly, I should just be I've stuck to the game plan XD and just tried to board wipe him on the turn 4 by activating a board wipe trap and then responding with effect negation. So yeah, don't play with an extra deck.
That is the correct answer.
This is really good. So you're only out to draw Rian. It covers loads. Has interaction on your opponent's turn as well, so it doesn't conflict with Demise. And this is the bit that's going to make Nadir raging. So it's surprisingly hard to like side out of the main deck because like a lot of your stuff is just like mandatory, I would say. Like I couldn't play Upstart because this deck doesn't have a 39 card minimum in my view. So like these come in against generally the same matchups, but because Order functions as both deflector and anti-spell, it's able to give you additional coverage, and since you're only able to fit these 5 cards in going first in the matchups you want them, like it completely fits the bill of being able to flip them out. And then this is for like idiot decks like Altergeist. You could also only side 2 in. Maybe this should have been a Mano Watto, but like I was also fearing like Paleo and maybe the mirror, but this maybe doesn't come in the mirror. And then Spice. So I'm only able to side in 2 of these going second against Goki, and these basically act as my 4th and 5th goes in matches. So like this just gives me this boosts my maths to the point where I'm essentially always able to like prevent the entire Goki Nightmare field, because this leaves them with one thing between Apocalypse, and they're no longer indestructible monsters. Like as soon as I've resolved this card, I just win the game. So yeah, in conclusion, like despite the escapades I had against, I think this deck is a really good choice. Although I think if I'd played Erupt instead of like some of the cherries in the side and an extra deck, I think I would have done a lot better. Although I don't know what I would have taken out of the main. So yeah. In conclusion, shout out. So who are we shouting out now that Kirk's?
Bowden official underscore at Instagram.com. Ladies ad.
Please get my friend Vlad a boyfriend. Please.
And ladies ad, freshers ad, Danny Cairns at Facebook.com.
Money for living.